of a lifetime or a goal setting that should be for a year. So I'm talking about generally the lifespan of goal setting. If you want to set a goal, should you set a goal for maybe a year or for 2 years or maybe for January, February, March? How is it like? Talking about 300 goals.
Everybody has different capacities, right? But these 300 goals should be for a lifetime. However, you can set short-term goals and long-term goals. You can do a lifetime goal of that 300 or more. Then you can also break it down into what I want to achieve in 2025, what I want to achieve in the first quarter of 2025, what I want to achieve in the first 6 months of 2025, and what I want to achieve in this January 2025. So the way you break down your goals will actually help you to always be on your feet. And it will not make you relax and say, oh, I'm married, so that's all. The next thing is just to give birth to children and, send them to school. After that, I just wait and die. No. But when you have these goals, it will keep you on your toes. You are always eager to say, what is the next thing? What is the next step? What else am I going to do? Who am I going to affect positively? Who do I need to be in contact with for me to achieve the next goal? But a lot of people are just concerned about me, myself, and I. And that's why you see that their mindset is myopic. They're just thinking about the next meal. Like on my way here, somebody was saying something about this 300 naira you're asking me to pay for my transportation. If I add another 300, it will buy me a meal. While someone else was saying, if you add that 300 naira to the driver, he'll be able to buy a liter of fuel for his car. So everybody is thinking about themselves alone. But when you are looking beyond yourself, you are saying, oh, I want to set goals for the lifetime and also break it down for the next 6 years, for the next 10 years, for the next 15 years of my life, and then know how to run about it. The more you look at those goals, you're like, oh God, what do I do? What next am I going to do to achieve it? How do I afford the ticket fee to go to Paris for a vacation? A 2-month vacation, or a course that is costing you like 500,000. How do I do it? Maybe your salary is just 10,000. Well, you've set so lofty goals and you're now thinking, Lord help me, who do I talk to? Where do I go? What trainings do I need to do? What certification do I need? You are always eager, and with that you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. But if you're just doing me, myself, and I, just the next tea, the next food, the next bread, the next clothes, the ashobi I'm buying, you will just limit yourself to, day by day. But when you have very large goals, something that, I want to be able to sponsor 10 children in the next 2 years in maybe university or secondary school, or write their JAM or something, you will always want to save and do so many things. And that's how you'll be able to do that.
We're talking about goal setting now. When you're setting a goal, you talk about you, yourself, and you alone. Okay, me, myself, and I. All right, now as it is, who supervises this goal? Because some persons feel, well, nobody's supervising me, nobody will hold me accountable, I'm not reporting to anyone. Does that affect goal setting? Does that stop people from achieving their goals?
Depends on your mindset, because before you set your goals, you need to know where you are as a person. Am I the type of person that is lazy? If I write 20 goals this year, am I going to just sleep, and because I can achieve some in January, I'll just say, it doesn't matter, January has passed, so there's nothing to it, and then you just hide those goals? Or will you say, even if I can't make it up in January, let me push myself further and be able to achieve the one for January and February in February? So a lot of people need to hold themselves accountable. There is what we call personal accountability, and then there is a professional accountability partners that you can attach yourself to. But a lot of people don't hold themselves accountable. They are not responsible. They don't want to be responsible for their lives. They will rather blame the government, the president, the governors, their father, their background, their state, their community, instead of saying, oh, I failed in this, rather you hear students say, they gave me this course. But if you want to be accountable for yourself, you say, oh, I wasn't able to do this on the first week of January, but I'm going to try to ensure that I do that or achieve it before the end of January. Or if I'm not able to do it in the first quarter, I'll shift it to the second quarter, which means I will have to work more for me to be able to achieve first quarter goals and second quarter goals in the second quarter. So it's all about you deciding to say, I will hold myself accountable. And if you know that you cannot hold yourself accountable, then please look for a friend, a family member, a professional, a counselor, a coach, or a mentor that you can actually say, oh, please, I'm doing this, I need someone's help to always keep in check. You can talk to your spouse, or you can use your phone. Set an alarm. I have alarm for virtually everything. If I'm going for a meeting, I set an alarm. If I'm speaking somewhere, I set a reminder. And that alone will help you to become more accountable to yourself. So if you can't afford the professional accountability groups and partners, you can at least hold yourself accountable by using your smartphones.
What are the major challenges, okay, to goal achievement, especially in an economy such as this? You know, some persons, like you're talking about discipline now, some persons will tell you, well, it's not my fault. Look at the economy. I couldn't achieve it. That's what a lot of people will say in 2024, that they couldn't achieve their goals because of the economy. They didn't plan for it. They never saw it coming and all of that. Is that an excuse? Is that excuse enough? And that takes us to the challenges that goal setting face as it has to achieving these goals.
There are a lot of challenges, as you've said. There is the economical challenge, there is the environmental one, and then laziness, your mindset, your upbringing. If you don't want to develop yourself, because I said earlier that there are some courses you will have to do if you really want to achieve certain goals. There are some, maybe for example, you could go and learn about time management or upscaling your skills. You could look for how to become more valuable in your field, and that alone can help you get more source of income. However, I always start at the basic. Improve on yourself, develop your mind, invest in your brain until your brain begins to pay you. You know that a lot of people are eager to get quick returns.